Live. Okay, so this is for our group's view of the accountability, our 321 accountability project here. Did you care who went first here?
No.
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk about mine here. I'll pull up here on my phone too. So for my accountability project, I think we're just supposed to talk about our goal, what our goals were, or if the two persons just say goals and how we achieve them. A couple of my goals, I had some daily goals, some weekly goals, and some monthly goals. Some of my daily goals were saying personal prayer, saying family prayer, exercising for at least 30 minutes, and if I completed all my homework that was due for the next day. The family prayers, I didn't miss a single one. We're doing really good at that. That's been actually pretty easy to do. My daughter is very good at reminding us if we forget prayer, so she's a big help with that one. Personal prayer, that's pretty easy. I just, okay, we do that one, then it's like, okay, go do personal prayers right after that. Exercising, that's been something I've been focusing on. Just signed up to run a 5K mud run with my wife here in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Someone's going to watch the kids, and we're going to do it. So I think my goal setting for that has been pretty good. There's a couple days I didn't go. Sundays, we usually go for a walk or those kind of things. And so I had a couple excuse no's for that just because due to what I was going on, or I made it up on another day. So generally I was doing more than 30 minutes. So I kind of roped both my brother-in-law and my brother into going to the gym with me. So that has been a good thing. They could reach those goals also. Completing the homework the next. I got all my homework completed. I was supposed to be completed. I didn't always do it a day early like I had planned. Sometimes I waited till the last minute to do it, but I always got it done. So generally, I think I completed that one. Some of my weekly goals were, did I go to the gym at least three times a week, which I did. That was no problem. I got those pretty good. The hard one I had was, did I remain calm and always speak kindly to my children? You know, when kids kind of get wild, it's pretty easy to get upset sometimes, or, you know, I don't want to yell at them or anything, but, you know, just trying to keep patient and remember that they're just children. So that was one that was probably definitely the hardest goal that I had. There was some times that I didn't do that, so I had to have a no for that. So my goal was, if I didn't have a no, then I had to change extra diapers. So that definitely got me to, you know, not want to do that. I still help change the diapers, but I would have to change all the diapers if I got a yeah. Some of the other goals I had is, did I add to an emergency fund, and for monthly, and did I take my wife on a date? I got all those except for 1 month. So I feel that was, I did pretty good. I liked this project. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot. You don't realize you're working towards it, you know, until you're actually doing it, and you realize, yes, it does take up quite a bit of time during the week because you're actively trying to meet these goals, you know, whatever they may be. And I think it really showed me a little bit about goal setting, recording too, making sure I went back and recorded those on hopefully on a daily basis. It just kind of see what my progress is. When I was able to put a no there, I was like, oh, well, that's what I really have to work on for this next week. So that's my project. I had fun doing it. I want to continue doing those things, not just because the class is over, stop doing them. I may not record them like I did, maybe just start recording them monthly, but I think that this really helped to bring those goals to like the forefront of my mind and make sure that I was accomplishing them.
Sounds awesome, man. Really good. Good job. Interesting project at first. When we first read it, I thought, oh, man, I'm not paying $165 of credit to do this or whatever it is I'm paying. It was like, I'm paying to learn. But that's really what I thought. I was like, I'm not paying however much we pay per credit hour. It's like to set goals. I can do it on my own, but it ended up helping me. Once I realized what I wanted to do, which was reading books, I decided that I wanted to have a bigger vocabulary, expound my mind, think about different things I normally don't think. I think you did a great job about reading scriptures and things. One of the things that I read something other than scripture, something other than what I had to read in school and at work. And, you know, frankness, mostly, you know, I think our culture always says, well, scripture, scripture, scripture. So I feel like God is also happy if we read other things that are good. And so that's what I was going with it. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I like to read. It's just that I just tend to not ever read the scriptures except for on Sunday. So that was why that was a goal for me. I like to read. I like to read lots. I mean, I read. I feel like reading well, I read the Wall Street Journal every day because I always find something interesting in there, and then something interesting else from that to kind of learn more about. That's what works for, right?
So I'll just go through these slides really quick. And I think I spelled my name wrong. Never mind, I didn't. So I had not read a book. You can see what I'm showing you?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So I had not really read any books outside of whatever I had. And so I started reading, and I also found out that 40% of college graduates never read a book after graduation. That's crazy. That could very easily be myself. So I started reading. I said I was going to read one book a month. But it kind of went pretty well. I read so much now. I want to read one book a month outside of anything else I have to read. Starting with like $2 a day. It opened some with people that don't have the necessary means to live. They live on $2 a day, which is nothing. And that includes like a family of kids. It also talks a lot about, there's a lot of people on welfare and needy people, and there's a stigmatism against them a lot of times. Why don't they get a job? I would recommend for anyone that is all about the that are not at the same time, they're just unsure of, well, why does that beggar in the corner not go get a job? Like, it explains a lot of it. It was really good. And John C. Maxwell, Laws of Growth, good. It was about growth and just going and doing it, going and getting it. And one of the things that I learned from him was pastor, and he said, I wasn't ready to be a pastor when I started, but I did it and I grew into it. So he said, if you have something you want to do, just start it, and then you go into it. Then I read Do the Kind Thing. That's the founder of the Kind Bar.
Oh, my wife loves those.
Tells the story. Love the and how he and about his dad. His dad was a kid in the he was Jewish, and so once he was in the concentration camps, he it's a crazy story. But then they migrated to Mexico, escape the war and country. So really, really good story. Every day after work, he would give money to. One day he came back and he saw the blind man got a really nice car and drove away. And so they were like, "Were you mad? He conned you?" And so I was like, "No, I'd rather be judged to give to someone that misuses it than be judged for who needs it." Which I thought was a really cool story. Read this one. A lot of people have probably heard about it. I've not read it. It's about setting processes for 100 Startup, about the same things. You don't need a lot of money to start a small business. It was really good.
You read
talks about the quote. I kid you not, a ton.
That's super.
30 hours.
That's a super good goal. I actually think I should set that goal for myself now. I really, that's very impressive.
I think I could. One thing that happened is once I started reading, dude, it just went and went and went, and I just couldn't stop reading. Now it's kind of like the buffet line. Like at first you start, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much information I never read before. It was amazing. So I started another book. I'll show you at the end. And I'm just kind of slow now. I haven't even finished it. The pace I was reading earlier. This next one was a long read. This one was like 11 hours of reading, just this book itself. The Richest Man in Babylon. That was a simple read. Maybe you've heard of it. Great financial book, personal finances.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
And then The Smartest Kids in the World was an awesome read about, you probably enjoy about kids and learning and how out there, like the different cultures, talks about the Korean kids and how intense their schooling is versus other places, and how much behind we are as the U.S. in math, different things like that. So it was really, really cool. And then I started this one, and I'm not even halfway now. So
Duct tape marketing.
Yeah. So that's what it was. I actually enjoyed it a lot. There was a lot of learning. I'm so glad I did it. And I never realized I could read so much. I never knew that. I never read a single book or even when I had to, I wouldn't have had to just like skim it or read a couple chapters, jump a chapter. But these were awesome though. So I've learned that I can, but there's a lot of stuff that I want to read if I just start. So that's it, man. That's what I did.
That's a super good goal. I think after hearing you, I want to start that goal for myself, because that's not just like 1 or 2 books. I mean, that's a lot of good books. That's a lot of information that you've learned that can now help you now and then in the future too. It's just knowledge. I mean, knowledge is power. So
yeah, and I did read them fast. I wasn't the slow read. And so some of those books I want to reread again, like 3 of them, but
you get the general idea of it, then you can really go back and read it again and get the details and little things that you might have questions on later. But the fact that you have that general knowledge of it I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife was jealous of me and all my reading, because she's a reader, but now I've read more than she has in like. She's read like 2 books in 3 months, and I read like 8. So
yeah, that's very impressive. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start that. Some of those books look pretty cool.
So, yeah, man, that's it.
Okay, well, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here.